Hey, what's up, you guys? Vac Attack here, and I just got home and I picked up this. This is a Riccar Vibrance. I believe this is a 2010 model, but I'm not for sure. This one does not have the headlights, but that's okay. But yeah, I saw this on Marketplace for 20 bucks. They had the hose mounted on weird, so I thought it was missing the hose, but as you can see, it's there. It was just mounted in like the most incorrect way possible. But yeah, it's here. It was about like 10 miles away or something, so it was not all that far. And yeah, so pretty much how I found this, I was scrolling on Marketplace. I was talking in a voice chat with some buddies, and we saw this and we were looking at it. I was debating whether I should go pick it up, and when I saw it, I was like, I might as well, because they were only selling it for like 20 bucks, which 20 bucks is not that much, considering that a lot of people have these listed for like 120 or like $150 or more. So yeah, it's a pretty good find. This doesn't have a height adjustment like a lot of other vacuums. This has a floater head, which is fine. I know some people don't like floater heads, but for my carpet, personally, that base is a little bit dirty, but for my carpet, personally, it does just fine, so that's not really a concern for me. The belt on here is, I don't know, I think the belt's okay. It is a little bit stretched, but it's still good enough to where it will spin properly. But yeah, let's see. Foot release is right here. This has a rocker switch, so this is very similar to like a Power Force, but it also has the body style of like a Panasonic, a Simplicity, and all those other types of vacuums. I mean, it is owned by Takomi, I believe that's the company name, so yeah. There is a newer version of this machine. This was discontinued for a while, but there is a newer version of this machine. It's, I believe, called the Riccar Spirit, which is similar to this, but I don't know. But this is the older one. This is the discontinued one, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess technically discontinued, technically not. I don't know. But this one is one of the American-made ones, as you can see right here. Yeah. It has a genuine bag, I believe. I will probably put more bags in here, because this one's about halfway full. I'm going to try and see if I can get HEPA bags, because, you know, I've used HEPA bags for my Bissels, and those have done really well. Okay, that's a little bit easier to put in than a Bissell one for some reason, but yeah. The HEPA bags have done pretty well, so that's nice. Let's see. You got your hose. Your lower hose looks good. No damage there. And then this hose, it's like a stretchy hose, but it's like a higher quality than like my Power Forces. But then again, this is a higher end vacuum, I believe. Like I said, it's similar to the Power Forces in a way because of just kind of how it's built and everything, but it's obviously not a Bissell. It's better, but you know, some people may disagree, but I do like this a lot. But yeah, hose looks good. The cord seems good. I didn't see any damage with the cord. Cord release is good. It does have a cord release. Does this one, the bottom one, swivel? It does not. So this swivels too, which is nice. And then this, you can also pull this out. Not quite sure what that's for. I assume that's for unclogging the hose or something, but I could be wrong. And I'll show the stickers. You can see it's a Riccar. Well, yeah, obviously. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, everything else looks okay. This thing is not all that dirty. I thought it was gonna look a lot worse because it looked way worse on the photos, but this thing's actually quite clean. This also has a thermal reset too, which I believe that's for if this thing overheats. I don't know much about thermal resets because I've never dealt with one before, but it is there. Foot release is good. I will show that right now, actually. Yeah, that's good. It locks in place. Wonder if it has the... Okay, yeah, it does. So just like Abyssal Power Force, this has the two-step, whatever you call it, foot pedal release. So what that allows is that allows you to go under like lower tables, lower couches. Not like low, but like anything that's a little bit lower that you need to get underneath. You can do that with this vacuum. You can do that with most vacuums, but you know, it's nice that this has it. And it sounds really good too. Yeah, it has the upholstery tool, but it's missing the crevice tool. And the extension one is just part of it. It's a telescopic reach. So you twist this, which let me do real quick. You just twist it that way, and it comes out. Not sure how much reach this thing gets, but with that being out, and then you can, of course, twist it and it locks in place. And it reaches all the way to the ceiling just fine, but it's pretty much stretched out. Yeah, it has a good amount of reach. Not as much as like a Dyson or something, but yeah. One thing this kind of reminds me of for some reason, I know it's not very, very similar, but it kind of reminds me of, what was that one vacuum? The Morse that the guy featured that he compared to a Dyson DC07, Hoover, and then an Auric. Which, yeah, that video is pretty funny. It's not the most factual video in the world, but it's still a good video to watch. I always enjoyed watching it. I've always found it funny. Especially the way that he would advertise everything. Like, and then that goes in back here. But the way he would advertise everything was just hilarious. Like, when he was showing the two-step pedal, he would recline it, and then he'd be like, oh, if you need to get under or something like that, he'd be like, press the button one more time, and then he would show it. And those Morses were like $300. So yeah, and he was saying something along the lines of most vacuums won't do that. This one will. And let me just prove that a $40 vacuum. Let me grab my Power Force. So here's my $40 Power Force. 1, press it again. 2. So yeah, most vacuums will do it. Even these cheap Bissels that a lot of people abuse and throw away, they'll still do the same thing. So, you know. But I understand like why it could be a selling point, because most consumers may not know about the feature, because I don't feel like that's something Bissell seems to advertise all that much. I could be wrong though. Yeah. But yeah, that's not really, I know that's not the most relevant, but I just thought I'd kind of mention it because this is kind of similar to that Morse. Excuse me. Check the bottom of this thing. Now this one has a wooden brush roller. Some of these did have a metal brush roller, but this one has a wooden one, which is arguably very nice and pretty good quality. These bristles are good too. Oh yeah, those bristles are nice and stiff. Yeah, this was definitely clean carpets. They probably could have added a height adjustment here. I don't know why they didn't, but then again, I really don't care all that much, because for my carpets personally, this thing does just fine. Ugh. I assume this is supposed to be a carrying handle, which it's kind of awkward because this vacuum is a little bit heavier, but you know. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I don't even remember. But yeah, finally glad to have one of these things. I love it. It's definitely not a bad vacuum at all, especially for $20. And yeah, I guess I could show it running briefly, just because I know most people are gonna want to see it running. This thing has a very healthy motor, at least for my standards too. The motor on this is very much healthy. This vacuum literally has no issues at all, except the belt may be ever so slightly stretched out, which I'm pretty sure I did mention. Ooh, that cord is getting all tangled up. There's my 1797. Not very relevant to the video, but yeah. Now, like I did mention before, there are versions of this machine that have a headlight. This, unfortunately, is not one of those, but I'm not going to be all picky about it, especially whenever, you know, this is a machine I've been kind of wanting for a while. It's just, I don't want to spend, you know, 120, 150 bucks for one. So I found this one for a good price, and I was just like, fuck it. So yeah, let's give this thing a quick run, and then we'll end the video there. Very quiet. Not very used to the pedal just being flat like it is, but definitely will need a new belt at some point, but the one that's in here is perfectly usable. Yeah. And that motor, I believe, is a 10 amp motor. And it's very much quiet. This thing has pretty good sound dampening around the motor and everything. So it makes it sound a lot quieter than some other vacuums. Now, granted, My Bissells and stuff aren't loud either, but they are definitely a little bit louder than this thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry. I don't know why it made that sound, but yeah. Overall, absolutely love this thing. I think it'll be a good addition to my collection, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna use this thing for a while because I just love it that much. And it's a bagged machine, so you know, that makes it even better. But yeah, let me know what you guys will want me to do for my next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more content like this. And I will see you guys next time. Peace!